Hey everyone, we are live here with another Teach Better Conference Speaker Spotlight. As many of you know, we have been able to feature these speaker spotlights all the way since June to be able to give all of you a little dose of who will be presenting at the Teach Better Conference. We know you've had access to the schedule for months, and it is really hard to choose your session. So this is going to be an opportunity for you to get to know Kevin and also make sure that his session is added to your schedule, and so that you have a few familiar faces as you walk into the doors October 14th and 15th at this really, really fun event. All the details, including how to connect with Kevin, is over at teachbetterconference.com, but we will have a really good conversation coming up, so stick with us.
So right now, I want to know if you're ready to teach better.
That's the whole mission of this weekend.
Just being here ready to learn and grow and come together like this is awesome.
What are those small changes that can make you better tomorrow than you were today?
All the amazing speakers we have here, wow.
So we have a ton of people here who are published authors, who are writing about education.
Let's get out there and teach better.
Hey everyone, we are back for a Teach Better Conference Speaker Spotlight. Kevin is live with us. Kevin, how you feeling?
I feel so hyped up right now after that ad. I'm like, yes, let's go. I can't wait for this conference. And I'm just so excited to be here.
We are going to have so much fun, obviously, in this conversation, but really when we're together in just a few short weeks. I know a lot of people are eager to come together, meet in person, maybe for the first time. It's going to be a ball.
Yeah, it's one of the things I was thinking about. When I first started teaching, I had this amazing mentor. And during lunch, she would pull in all the best teachers at the school, and it would just be like share best practices. And that room was such a fun room to be in because there's so much energy. And I'm like, the Teach Better Conference is going to be a blown up version of that amazing kind of moment. So I'm so excited for the other speakers there as well. It's going to be so good.
It's going to be so good. You know, Kevin, if somebody maybe hasn't connected with you yet, and this is their first time kind of hearing this, they're already going to want to connect with you because of the energy you're exuding. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Sure. So I started teaching in 2012, 2013.
Ooh, Kevin, did we lose you? Still there with us?
I was in South Florida. Oh, sorry about that. Apparently, a little rainstorm outside.
You're good. You're with us now. Start over. So you started teaching in 2012, 2013.
Right. So I was in South Florida, and I taught every grade level from 7th to 12th, reading, English, English for speakers of other languages. I also have been, and I still adjunct at the college level, where I teach equity and diversity courses to pre-service teachers. So I left the classroom in 2021, which was probably the most difficult thing I've done, or it's right up there. Very tough choice, but I moved to Ohio, so I am a Teach Better neighbor. I'm right in the area. My wife graduated also from Florida Atlantic University. We got our PhDs together. So her and I run our own consulting company, Team Leichtman Consulting, catchy name, right? And we've just been doing this education thing together, whether in the classroom or out. We've always found a way to stay connected because it really is our passion. However we can, get that to come out,
So Kevin, tell us why you decided to share your message at Teach Better. Have you been connected to the team for a long time? Kind of give us that origin story.
Yeah. So, I have looked up to a lot of the people. I wouldn't even say I connected with. I looked up to a lot of the Teach Better community. And I've reached out to them sometimes for help. People like Jeff Gargis and Chad Ostrowski. Like there's some great guys, great gals where I just reach out as a young edupreneur. I'm new to that kind of side of it. And as a teacher as well, when I was still in the classroom, and I'm like, hey, I'm struggling with some things. And the thing that I really loved about the Teach Better team is you reach out to them and they actually help. It's not like I reach out to you and you say, well, if you buy my 8-course package, then I'll talk to you. It's no, I'll help you. We have all this stuff too. And it's great materials and resources, but it always starts with, how can I help you right now where you're at? And I think that's what drew me to a lot of the people who are a part of the organization. And then, just as that's gone on, I've kind of, grown in my little side or my little corner of education. And I feel so blessed and fortunate to be, actually connecting with these people that I once looked up at, like, how did you get so good at your job?
Yeah, I think it's so wonderful that you've had such a positive experience reaching out, because I tell people all the time that if they have concerns, maybe education related, but maybe just, I don't know, anything else related, that if somebody's figured it out before you, then you might as well learn as much as you can, soak up all the failures and successes so that that way you're not starting from scratch. I'm so thrilled that you felt comfortable enough to reach out to members of the team and felt like you really got value and felt like you were welcomed into the community. That's so important. And now you're a featured speaker at Teach Better 2022. Tell us a little bit about what you're sharing.
Sure. So my dissertation research was on new teacher burnout. And I know it's a hot topic right now. I can't resist the pun. I'm sorry.
I love it. I love it.
So, I'm talking about burnout, how to beat burnout better. And really the inspiration for that is I started my PhD and I didn't really know what I was going to study. I knew that was one of my topics. I had a lot of things floating around. But then as a teacher, while also going in grad school, I really started to feel it myself. So I'm like, I need to study this because I want to know, first of all, what's happening to me. And then why is this happening to us as a community of educators? And as I went through my research, I found there's really not a lot on the topic in research. There's a ton of it in news articles and, other places, but there's not a lot of actual research and data on how burnout works in the education realm specifically. So I was like, all right, I want to understand this. I want to dissect it. I want to get through it. And then, when I got towards the end of my dissertation, I'm like, I have all this great information now. What do I do with it?
Right.
And that's kind of where I'm at now is I'm very fortunate to have the opportunity to say, okay, I'm going to come speak at a conference and I am going to give my absolute best tips for how to beat burnout. But this isn't just, me talking out of my own head. It's this is the research. This is what's really out there. And this is how it works. So I'm so excited for that opportunity.
And I know everyone's going to enjoy it, not only because I've been following you and I love to learn from you when you share insight on social media, but also even Ashley's following here. She's like, oh my gosh, Kevin, I follow you on TikTok. Can't wait to meet you in person in October. There's so many different members of our Better family that cannot wait to make these connections.
Yeah, and I'm really thrilled for the opportunity. First of all, I am going to be at that conference so geeked out. Like, I want to see everybody. I know I'm looking at some of those schedules and I'm like, who do I pick? Can I go into 3 different talks at once somehow? So I might have to trade notes with people. We'll figure it out. But
no, I know it's not only that, but like trading notes and also finding a way for it to be like socially acceptable to split up your session where you're like, I'm going to go to half here and maybe speak out. And like, I don't know what people are going to do. And there's a blending of 55-minute sessions and 20-minute sessions. So depending on what experience people are looking for, there's kind of a whole opportunity. Some of the benefits of this live is that educators are able to listen to these to help them pick their schedule and get to know the presenters a little bit. So if I am listening to this live and trying to evaluate if your session's right for me, what do you think are some questions I can ask or objectives I might have that make me a good fit to sit in on your session?
Sure. So when you come to my Beat Burnout Better session, you're going to learn first and foremost how burnout actually works and operates. And then you're going to be able to figure out where you identify on the scale of burnout. So are you at the beginning stages? Are you at a point where you need some kind of intervention? And then I can give you some of those best strategies for how you can intervene. And that's really what you'll get out of the session is, where am I at? What can I do based on that information? What a lot of educators do, and I was very guilty of this, and I know a lot of my coworkers, a lot of my peers were, we don't care about burnout until it's so debilitating that we're actually seeking care for it, like, medically. And I was in the hospital for it. So a lot of us kind of just tough it out and we wait for that downward slope. And then, if burnout starts here, we're all the way down here trying to figure out, okay, how do I get back all the way to where I was when I started teaching? Mm-hmm. So I want to equip you with tools that no matter where you are at in feeling burnout, or even maybe not feeling it yet, but just preparing to prevent it, you'll have those excellent strategies, those high impact things that you can do immediately, so that when you leave the conference, you have action that you can take. One thing that I've always looked up to, also to the Teach Better team for, and many other great speakers out there who I know are going to be here, I think action-oriented strategies, that's where it's at. So, I am going to give just a little bit about, here's the burnout theory, here's the research, but I really want to focus on what are the actions that we take. So if you take the time to watch my session and you join me there, I will make sure you leave with something that you can do right now to improve your health, make you feel better, and help overcome those boundaries of burnout.
Kevin, you are literally speaking my language. Like, I am so on a high of excitement for our educators to experience this session. I knew it was going to be good when I saw your proposal, when I saw your video with all the submissions we received, but this just got me like re-amped it up for this experience. So this sounds like it'll be great for any teacher, any administrator, any coach, anyone that kind of lives in the educational ecosystem, because it's not just about us, although that is a part of it. It's also about supporting others around us that we can positively influence and support at any time throughout the year. I think this is going to be so invaluable.
Yes. And, just branching off that, just a spoiler or a little teaser of it is burnout. When you're around other people who are burnt out, it does have a contagious effect. So if you're, let's say, an event session with a lot of other burnt out people, you are more likely to become burnt out. One of the most effective solutions to burnout is strong mentorship. So you see on both sides of it, if you're not getting support and you're surrounded by a culture of burnout, it's really easy to burn out. But if you're starting to feel it and you have that support and you have people who understand what's really happening and they can guide you through it and help you navigate, then you have the best chance to be healthy, happy, and enjoy your career, which is what I want for every educator. So even if you're not experiencing burnout yourself, you might be looking at this as a coach or a school leader and saying, I could bring this right back to my teachers and at least understand a little bit more of why they're experiencing what they're experiencing, while also getting myself ready to prevent, avoid, or reduce my own burnout. So I think there's a lot of benefit to it.
I know there's a lot of benefit to it. Even just in this conversation, I know that there is so much that we're going to be able to take away from this session. I want to encourage all of our friends here, whether you're listening live or even catching this hours later after the fact, this is a really great opportunity to tag somebody in the comments to say, hey, I think you'd be interested in this. Maybe you can buddy up and head to this session together. Or if you have not yet registered, you can make sure that you finally pull the trigger on grabbing that ticket to the Teach Better Conference in Akron, Ohio, October 14th and 15th. So you have the opportunity to know you're going to get something out of this conference that you need. Because I can tell you over and over and over that the sessions here are going to be great. But our hope is that by hearing from the speakers and the presenters and the people, the truly the educators, the human beings at this event, you are going to feel confident in your decision to make the trip over to Ohio. So Kevin, thank you so much for reminding our crew here of all the incredible value that we're going to have at this event.
My pleasure. I can't wait to see you all there. I'll be driving over in a few weeks. So looking forward to it. Thank you so much. Everybody sign up. You're not going to be disappointed.
Oh, so fun. You can see the full schedule and get your own ticket if you haven't done so already at teachbetterconference.com. And as you're choosing your sessions, make sure to add Kevin's to your list because you will not regret it. I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of their Thursday and go connect with Kevin before the event so you can have that awesome meeting in real life at the conference already connected. Bye, friends. See you later.
Can't wait.
So right now, I want to know if you're ready to teach better.
That's the whole mission of this weekend.